When God comes into a community, into people's lives, does it really make a difference? Because that's what we talk about a lot. And if it's true, there must be something different in this community. And I want to go see what it is. Well, I'd heard that there's this one valley in Guatemala where the Jesus film had gone through and everybody had become Christians. It completely transformed the community, and the standard of living had improved. So I said, I actually want to chronicle how God would change people's lives, you know? So I talked to the landowner, and the way societies are organized up there is you have a few large landowners and many, many peasant farmers, almost a feudal society, really. Anyway, so I heard the landowner had given land to the peasants for a church. I said, why did you do that? He said, well, it was very strange. It used to be the women would come to me and ask me to give them their husbands' paychecks every week. Because otherwise, if the husbands got it, they would just go out drinking, and they'd drink it all up and get drunk and be drunk for, until the next, and not buy food for the family. And the family would be very hungry and starve. So I always used to give the paychecks to the women. And then one day I realized the women didn't come. I just gave it to the men, and the women didn't say anything. And the next week it was the same way. And so after a while, this landowner says, I began to wonder what's going on here. So he talked to the ladies. They were from the Kekchi tribe. And he said, why don't you come and ask for the paychecks anymore? And they said, oh, well, we've all become Christians, and our husbands don't drink anymore. In fact, the husbands now spend their money buying food and even buying toys for the children. I later found out that the local bar where all the men used to drink had actually closed because they had no customers. And it reopened as a toy store because the men wanted to buy toys for their kids. And then I went and talked to the people themselves. I went to their little church and talked to them. And they said, oh, yeah, that's true. And like the women said, in fact, our men, they fix the roof of our houses so they don't leak anymore. And I saw that kind of thing over and over. And then the landowner paid more money. And so we have more money so we can buy more things and improve our houses a little bit. And then the landowner said, well, yeah, because all of a sudden, instead of being drunk all the time, the men are actually working hard in the fields. And so the hacienda is producing more produce. And so I'm making more money. And so I'm able to pay them more because I'm making more money. And so in return, their lifestyle improved. And so this whole valley, the entire standard of living over, say, 20 years had gradually increased and gotten better. They were still, as I said, very rustic, but it was worlds away from what they'd been before they became Christians. And both the Spanish landowner, who was not a believer, and the Kekchi people themselves told me, because God came into our lives, all these wonderful things have happened. We have more food, we're making more money, we're prospering. So that gave me even greater excitement about sharing God's love personally. Because it's very exciting to me to see that, yes, indeed, God's love, touching a person's heart, can make a difference not just individually, but also corporately, and change the entire community.